I just can't reach it.
Come on, Ben, make it quick.
I can't get it to fit, Izzy.
Maybe it needs some sort of lube. Oh, come on, let me help you. Ooh, you've got very cold hands.
Is it in?
Yes, but it keeps slipping out.
How's that?
Oh, that feels much better.
Okay, good. Let me see if it's working.
Testing, testing. Me.
Perfect.
Why, thank you. Let there be light.
Okay, let's go. We are way behind schedule.
Okay.
And you have the introduction that I sent you?
Yes.
And you read it?
Yes.
And you're going to recite it now, without modifications?
Yes.
Good. Please continue.
Welcome, or indeed welcome back to another episode of Hands on Film. Tonight we will be discussing a personal favourite of mine from all the way back in 1969, a classic British comedy film from a more innocent time. Carry On Camping. As my guest will undoubtedly agree, Carry On Camping remains as fresh and relevant as ever.
I do not agree. It is utter drivel.
Well, good to see you have an open mind.
Open mind.
If we could please leave this to the discussion section. Where was I? Yes, Carry On Camping. We will discuss its endearing legacy and its use of innuendo and cheeky double entendre. Whilst my guest and I may adopt different positions...
Ooh, matron.
We'll be giving each other a thorough going over and keeping firmly on top of things. As a huge fan of the Carry On series of films, I have to say I definitely like a bit of behind.
Funny. I always saw you as a dick man.
Well, I do like a bit of dick.
What year was this released again?
69.
Have you ever reviewed a film from 69 before?
I don't think so.
So you would say you're a 69 virgin?
Well, I suppose so. If we can get on. The film, as you would imagine, is set on a campsite. Lots of tents being put up. In between these erections and funny business with poles is lots of social satire. I have to hand it to you, Ben.
Mrs.
What? I was going to say, now I am hearing your intro for the first time out loud. It is actually moderately good.
Thank you. Just a couple more lines.
Finally, we will spend time exploring the climax. No spoilers, but as it's a comedy, we'll definitely get a happy ending. And I do like a happy ending. Look, I'm getting a little annoyed by this constant sniggering. It's very childish. And even she's at it now. What's the matter with you?
I think Ben's having a bit of a laugh and making you read out double entendres.
Oh, grow up, Ben. Actually, what is a double entendre? Can someone fill me in?
It's pronounced entendre.
That's what I said.
Just trying to help.
I find that very hard to swallow.
No comment. Izzy, can we move on to the synopsis?
A pair of likely lads, Sid James and Bernard Bresslaw, trick their girlfriends into accompanying them to a nudist site. But when they arrive, it turns out to be a family campsite. After they are persuaded to stay, the boys manage to find more mischief to occupy themselves when a coachload of teenage schoolgirls arrives at the site. We meet a fine selection of comedy characters, including a tight-fisted campsite owner, the eccentric Charlie Muggins, and Peter Potter and his wife. He's played by the same actor who played Terry in Terry and June, but I can't remember the actor's real name.
Terry.
What?
The actor's name is Terry Scott.
No, that's his name in the TV show, hence it being called Terry and June.
It was his real name, too.
It would be ridiculous. What kind of lazy writer would give characters the same name as the real actor? What are you doing?
I'm duck-duck-going it.
There is no need. I have the memory of a goldfish.
A goldfish?
Yes, I never forget a thing.
I think you're thinking of an elephant.
Don't be ridiculous, Ben. An elephant and a goldfish are nothing alike. An elephant is way bigger.
Sure.
And a different colour, I believe.
Let's carry on.
Well, that's it, apart from Barbara Windsor losing her bra.
Fine. Let's move on to the discussion. Israel, could you introduce this week's guest?
I will, but I want it noted that I'm introducing her under duress.
We talked about this, Izzy. We all have to leave any baggage at the studio door. It's called being professional.
Tonight, I am pleased to have joining me theatre review hack. Oh, sorry, I can't remember your name.
Izzy,
What?
do you ever wonder why people take a dislike to you?
Not really.
We are pleased to have theatre and film critic Annie back with us.
And I'm looking forward to some friendly and passionate debate on tonight's show.
And the fact that you unjustly savaged the last play I directed in London in an extremely vitriolic attack will not bias me towards you in any way.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that, Israel.
Which play was it, Israel?
I can't remember. I mean, half a star? What kind of critic are you? Israel iHands directs the play with all the subtlety of a large wrecking ball.
Well, my editor said I wasn't allowed to give 0 stars. Besides, I don't think I said that.
The play is well written, and in more talented directorial hands, no pun intended. That's not even a pun, by the way.
It is?
How?
Your name is Hans?
Oh, yes. It could have made for an emotionally driven and heart-thumping 2 hours of theatre. Instead, the director completely misinterprets the script and plays it for laughs, resulting in one of the most excruciating theatrical experiences of this critic's career.
It was a bit surface.
You wouldn't know a theatrical masterpiece unless it hit you in the face, or indeed one of the greatest film comedies of all time.
Speaking of which, can we get back to what we're supposed to be discussing? Annie, any thoughts?
Unlikely.
I'm thinking that you don't agree with Izzy.
Absolutely not, Ben. It is a museum piece. An outdated, so-called saucy end-of-the-pier romp. No subtlety. And it blatantly objectifies women. It is sexist and makes cheap jokes about homosexuality. The female characters are either portrayed as sex-crazed nymphets or nagging harridans. What's more, it's not funny.
What about the bra scene? It's a classic. You must admit that is hilarious. Remove the matron.
Oh, it's take them away.
I don't think so.
Exactly my point. It derives humour from the fact that Barbara Windsor exposes her breasts. Are you saying that's acceptable?
It made me laugh.
That says it all.
What? Well, yes,
What's the matter, Izzy? No answer. Is it a little hard for you?
you just did it.
What?
You said, is it a little hard for you? You used a double entendre.
That's an innuendo, not a double entendre.
In your endo.
What's the difference? Well, Ben?
Annie, I'm sure, can explain better than me.
Anyway, are you saying it is wrong for a woman to expose her breasts, but okay for a man to be topless?
Well, no, but
There you go. Free the nipple.
No.
The film nicely explores the social norms of the time. Everyone enjoying a fun camping holiday, no jetting off abroad. Lots of green credentials. In that sense, it is far ahead of its time. The original staycation film, you might say.
It's not a staycation.
Yes, it is. They stay in the UK.
Staycation is when you stay at home.
I'm not sure that trying to be green was the reason they set it in a British campsite. Nevertheless, despite its surface execution...
There you go again. Is surface the only word you know?
I was actually going to say, you make a good point, Israel.
Oh, it was a very good point. Which one are you referring to?
I was going to say that maybe there is a reading of the film that offers some insight into the time it was set.
Go on.
Take the Sid James character. All cockney charm and dirty laugh on the surface.
She said it
But
again.
what Sid James actually represents in 1969 is the older male, in his 50s perhaps, old enough to have fought in the Second World War, but now rendered impotent in terms of his age, to join in the permissive, sexually liberated society of the swinging 60s, as represented by Barbara Windsor and the party of giggling, naughty schoolgirls.
Oh, it's like you're reading my mind.
That's a terrifying thought.
Sid James isn't the embodiment of sexual desire. He's the embodiment of thwarted sexual desire. I never thought of that before. Thanks, Israel.
You are very welcome. Oh, and what about the...
The greedy campsite owner, yes. Continually charging guests another pound. A comment on the growing capitalist ideology of the day.
And also the...
The women always end up winning, actually making the men and their attitudes the butt of the joke. Israel, I think I've misunderstood you.
Many do.
Izzy, while we're in a rare agreement, perhaps it'd be a good time to sum up.
So, if you like cutting-edge social documentaries that reflect the changing times of Britain in the 1960s, Carry On Camping will most definitely be right up your alley. Oops, I did it again. If you're too cinematically short-sighted to see beyond the naughty gags and innuendo, this probably isn't the film for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something, and if not, try listening harder next time. Goodbye.
Yep, we're clear.
Now we're on the same page, so to speak, perhaps you would care to revisit your review?
I'll be in touch.